My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. All of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges. All your perfect imperfection. And I give you all of me. Oh, and you give me all of you. You guys like that serenade? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thursday to those who do not celebrate. Happy, I don't know, what else? Day on Earth. I'm just making sure the stream's all set up. I do have to leave, obviously, to celebrate today, but woke up early, figured we'd squeeze in some more Clanricarde / Connaught / Ireland. So we had a big boy come up yesterday, which I'll try to go over, but I'd suggest you watch. But we have all of our subjects annexed and integrated. We won the war for the Aquitaine throne that we got via royal marriage, the Casus Belli, which we sold to France and got a fuck ton of money. So we built a bunch of towns and roads, but now we need to fill in all the towns and roads with people. So we need food and migration buffs pretty much everywhere, because we can't even build cities until we have 30,000 people in a town, which we're not even close to anywhere. And you grow population through food production, as far as I know. So we just passed additional taxes through our parliament, which is why we're making more money than normal. So we're going to leave that for a sec and then see how much we can save up, then set our taxes back so that the estates don't want to murder us. We had a pretty good war versus Aquitaine, and Brittany gave us food access and everything, so we just waltzed right in. So I may look at doing more of those win and sell, because we got like 4,000 ducats, which is a ton early game. So the other issue we're facing is right now we're allied to Clandaboy, but we have claims on Clandaboyan land, and they keep getting mad at us. And the whole reason we're allied with them is that they can help us take on Pale. We can't take on Pale because they're a subject of England, who we somehow have a union with still, even though we fought, or we sued for peace with France during the 100 Years' War, like a separate suit for peace, which was supposed to annul all of our treaties. So I guess a union does not count as a treaty. So we're still in the union with them, meaning we can't attack our subject. So that means, okay, let's get our land back from Clandaboy. Well, firstly, they're our ally, so we'd have to, fuck them over. Secondly, they're allied to France. And thirdly, England won't help us. Like, they don't even pop up because they're no longer my alliance. They're just my union, which I think is only for defensive wars. And I don't know if we can just leave it by right-clicking here. I was looking at that, but I think this is just like a glitched, I don't even know, UI, empty control group. Like, I don't want to click OK and then have everyone declare war on me, but we might look at that later. Save up a little more money. We're going to keep building up our military and some buildings. But again, we don't want Pops to be too mad. So here we go. This is going to end our alliance. I'm done with Clandaboy, because that keeps popping up and ruining our prestige. I don't know why the clergy doesn't have to pay taxes, but it is a bit frustrating. We're about to get our proximity boost as well through this Confederal Union, which helps with pretty much everything. We'll repay the loans. She established seniority. Now my estates are mad at me. Not enough food in Dublin. Well, that's not my problem. Dublin's in Pale. We can't offer alliances. We're gonna try and get towards capital economy. Looks like we can only ally banks, which I don't know if that's any good. Okay. Let's turn our taxes back to normal. Let's turn our stability down just a smidge, and as well as our fort maintenance. And then you can go develop Galway some more. I don't know why Galway is so far behind development-wise. But let's build some roads. Is that not my territory? I don't... There's Road Builder. God, we have a bunch of loans I didn't know about. All right. Okay, they already have gravel roads everywhere. I think we need some up there. Yeah. Firstly, there's already a road there. To see. $226. See, I don't even see that over here. I'll do this one because it's only 121. That should help a little bit. All right, I was texting my mom. Oh shit, someone's actually in the chat. Pasta Assassin. You want the long answer or the short answer? I don't know what my mom's talking about. Sorry, she's making Thanksgiving plans. Oh, well, have you played any of the other Paradox games? I have some of them on my channel, but I got into basically the last iteration of this game, EU4, pretty late in the cycle. Um, and I got kind of addicted, but it was so late that like everyone already knew the metas. There was already a bunch of patches and DLCs and whatever. I would say the very first type of game like this I played was Civ 6. I don't know if you've ever played that. It's still one of my favorite games. It's free if you have Netflix subscription. So I started with Civ, and then I wanted it to be more, I guess, like in depth and historical. So I was just looking around, and I found this game Crusader Kings on Xbox, and I played the shit out of Crusader Kings 3, um, which is a Paradox game. Civ is I forget who makes Civ actually, but so I looked at CK3 and I played that like crazy, and then I was like, fuck, this is only 867 to 13 whatever, I want to keep it going. And then I realized people do these like things called mega campaigns. So Paradox has Crusader Kings, which is 867 to 1340 something, and then they had EU4, which was 1340 to 18 whatever, Victoria 3, which is 18 whatever to 1940, and then Hearts of Iron, which is 1940, World War II type shit, which you probably heard of if you play Total War. So I started doing the mega campaigns, and I was really into it. And then they announced this game, which is basically a combination of Crusader Kings, EU4, Vic 3, not so much Hearts of Iron, but it combines all of the aspects here. So now you have your economy, your government, your military, exploration, etc., population control, culture, religion, everything's in this game now. And it just came out, so I'm learning with everyone else, so I'm not as far behind the 8 ball. But essentially, there's some settings you can change, but it is a historical based game. Like, there's a lot of historical events, historical casus bellis, historical, like, military unit types, historical government types that, like, align to each, depending on who you start. Which if you have it favoring historical events, it's obviously going to flow more towards historical. Like right here is the 100 Years' War. So England and France, obviously, that happens regardless how you start. Basically the goal, so this one's a little different. It's more, EU4 was kind of just like a conquer game. But this one, you have to focus on all the other stuff from all the other games, like your economy, your population, your pop's happiness, starvation, trade, etc. So there's all these map modes, and essentially it's a little different where you build up your capital and spread out your control and proximity. And the higher control and proximity, the more tax you can get, the more trade you can get. And like out here where it's lower, there's less control, you have less power, so you get less money and stuff there. And there's like so much to learn, but that's in general what we're doing. So I started as a little county in Ireland. I'm trying to unite all of them and beat Britain to the colonization, but we're in a little bit of a pickle because we need to take out both Clandaboy and Pale, but we're in a union with England by mistake, who Pale is a subject of, so we can't attack Pale, and we're allied to Clandaboy because we're going to use them to attack Pale. Or actually, we're no longer allied to them, but they're a subject of Alba, Scotland, who I guess has France as an ally, and when we try to declare war, England doesn't want to come help us, so kind of in a pickle there. Yeah, well, that's why I like the mega campaigns, because like if you start in 867, you basically import your save. So like the more you further you go, the more different it is. To have some of those on my channel. But this is probably my best playthrough on. Well, it's only my second one I've streamed, but I've played like 9 campaigns of this so far. It's probably my best one. As I learned the game. But again, they're still coming out with like nerfs, buffs, updates, etc. since the game just came out. So rolling with the punches. And happy Thanksgiving, brother, if you celebrate. Maybe not if you're Italian. Or your name's just Pasta Assassin. I don't know why I assumed you're Italian. Okay. So I'm building some of these roads because if you see this thing called proximity to capital, my capital obviously has 100, but the further you get out, the less proximity you have due to like I mean, roads and just distance and control in general. So I've been trying to build out roads everywhere in my capital. So you can see, I still have a few left, but essentially to every county that isn't over here, there's a road so that we can more easily transport goods to and from our main market, which we're still building out here. And then in some of our rural areas, we're still working on building up. The key thing is, though, we built a bunch of towns last episode, which are like, there's these rural areas like this, and you can upgrade these to towns for like 400 ducats. But then you can upgrade the towns to cities for like 1,500 ducats. But the thing is, you need 30,000 population in order to do that, and none of our areas have 30,000. So we're trying to get at least our capital up to 30,000. Which we have a few different options. I might just try to encourage some more migration there since we have more than enough out in this area. So I can encourage migration. It doesn't have much attraction, so it's going to go a little slow, but we can do some things to improve that, and most of it has to do with food production. If you see here. No. Where is migration attraction? So right now it's 2.11 and it's growing at 0.5% a year. It's actually pretty good, but you can increase it through a bunch of different buildings. So right now, yes, since like it's kind of centralized and then building out, that's what I've been doing. But there is these things called values. And this top one here, centralization versus decentralization. I guess the more you focus on your capital and bringing all the power in close, you'd want to focus on centralization because that gives you more crown power, less of that proximity cost I was just talking about. But then there's decentralization, which I don't really choose what these levels are at. It depends on actions in game. So I would like it to be a little more centralized. We used to have like 6 subjects, so this was good for loyalty of subjects, but now we have 0. We annex them all. So we want to try and shift this to centralization. We can go ahead and do that, actually. If one of these guys is good with diplomacy, which they're not, but there is a cabinet action to do that. Yeah, it's crazy. I love it. There's been like complaints from the tryhards online, but I don't really metagame. I'm trying to just learn it as I go, and I've been having a ball, so I don't know. There's also a bunch of extra things like stability. So like whenever you make changes to your government or declare a war or whatever, there's a stability scale which affects a bunch of your multipliers. Same with legitimacy, prestige. Prestige is really hard to get up. And you get diplomats. So right now I have 2 diplomats available to do actions for me, and that's how I can, you know, embargo nations, build spy networks, offer alliances, improve opinions. So we need to work on alliances since we just ended one with Clanricarde. We actually may try and ally Pale and just go after the lands because they actually took land from us really early on. So I'm going to improve opinion with them, and also France, because France just waxed England in the last war, which we were hoping England was going to destroy them since we have a union. But now that France is the powerhouse, we don't want to just be England's little bitch boy and get run over by France. So now we're independent. This is the research tree. It's pretty similar to any game, but I think I've researched all this stuff in this section. Or maybe I haven't. So I'll go to the Age of Renaissance. Or sorry, I haven't unlocked anything in that yet. We need to focus on population growth. Pop promotion speed is good, but we already have that. What about migration? We're gonna start building up our military, but I'd rather have like a populace before we do that. Get slave center, but we don't have any lands yet that we could use slaves, so that'll probably be a waste. We probably need to build a chancery, but I guess we'll just start with the university. More education, better pops. Steve Scuzza. I didn't look too hard, but the one I started with, Clanricarde, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm enjoying. Pale is probably the best, because they're the strongest, but I've been doing pretty well, and Pale hasn't been much of an issue. I actually worked with England for a while as their ally and helped in some of the 100 Years' War, but now we're uncanocked because we've gotten enough territory. We're working on getting duchy now that we have 200,000. But there's something you have to do. I was looking at this. Okay. We have over 200K. We have primary religion. We have population 100K from primary culture. We need 25 prestige. Okay. But then this. We're either leader of the Holy Roman Empire, which we obviously aren't, or change rank through the ask for ducal rights diplomatic action. And 111. So I don't know if we need to save up 111 and 25 prestige to do it, or if I'm just tripping. We obviously can't form Ireland yet. So you can do that. So there's culture. So if you have like a specific culture in a specific area, you can, well, first you can try and assimilate them. But then there's also, if you wanted to not start a revolt and you just, want them to manage themselves, you can create subjects like this. And then they become like their own land, but they're your vassal. And you can always annex them back. So that's a good way to like get land off of you. But you can also, if you have like an area you don't love and you want population somewhere else, like I'm encouraging migration to Gaelimph. And I have, I don't know, I don't need 7,400 here. I can go ahead on this guy. Or actually this guy, you want him to have the swords. And I can say expel people from Roscommon. And now he'll kick people out of here while the other one's encouraging migration here, and they kind of work together. I'm really not. I would get a second opinion on anything I say, because trust me, I am newer. If you watch the previous playthroughs or streams, you'll get that I am not very good. But I'm trying to learn myself. So I'm not sure why our economy's taken such a hit, other than I know that we're investing heavily in our stability, in our fort maintenance. So maybe we just turn these down just a smidge, just so we can expand a little more. Oh, and so like I said, there's a ton of stuff, but you can automate anything. So if you want to focus on just building, you could leave these unautomated and automate everything else, or vice versa. So for example, like I have some of the trade stuff automated here. Not all of trade, but these two markets are automated. So if I go to trading, current trades in the Dublin market, we're making money there. And then in the other market, we're making a little money there. But that's automated because what does this do? I can't keep losing legitimacy. I'll just pay the money. Yeah, I know. Because like some people, they just post videos on the first day, how to get blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I'll figure it out. Should probably go for some more castles just in case we do ever get invaded. Because right now, this whole land is basically siegeable in seconds. We do have a couple castles down here. and one right next to Pale, which is actually a really good location for that. I do want to increase control a little now that we have these roads. We should have a higher floor in all these places. Start in Mayo since there's higher tax base. I do really need an alliance though. The nobility are so mad at me, man. I feel like I need to leave this union. I'll get maybe Brittany to like me. I know they have a pretty strong military. And I guess we'll just make our cabinet a little more efficient. Well, cabinet member died. This guy's good, though. See, we're up to 17,000 now in our capital. I said we need to get to 30. You can see all the arrows coming in from where we're expelling. I want to leave this union. I'm going to try it on this one. I'm going to see what this empty control group does. It looks like it might have worked. No, it's still there. Ooh, we could do a crusade if they ever change their religion. Building maintenance is just getting obliterated. I think we need to shut down some of our armories. Why can't I just see where my armories are? Alright, that armory's good. We just have way too much manpower for what we need right now, I think. Stockade. I don't know where the armories are, though. I'll destroy this one, I think. I'll close that for now, just to increase our income a little. And we'll get some papal relations so that we can become a, whatever it's called, duchy. Can we ask anyone for money yet? No. Can we ask to become England's fiefdom? We could. Somebody said if we're a tributary to England that we're able to declare on Pale or something. I don't want to risk that. I'd rather France just not join this war. Let's build a spy network in Scotland and make France hate them, I guess. And also improve our opinion in France again. No, that doesn't help us. We'll do the Netherlands. Build a few more naval ships. Now we have 4 galleys. I'm gonna get an early Carrick. Come on, nobles. Stop fucking ruining me. I'm just gonna fill up my expected navy size and then focus back on the army. Yeah, it's just tough because the nobles are like the best, but they're also the greediest. So it's hard to balance their happiness, but also their power. I don't know why the clergy's so happy, man. It's because they aren't getting charged taxes for whatever reason, which I don't remember doing. Let's see, this guy's a diplomat, so I can go on him and say to change societal values towards centralization. And let's get some power projection and trade efficiency and a state enrichment. That means they'll build more for us. Wait, what's this? Did this not just give me an option? Maybe we'll be able to do this for Clan de Boy. No, this is EU5, same creators though. But I love CK3. There's a ton of playthroughs on my channel. It's one of my favorite games. CK3 is awesome. Did you get all the DLCs? So it's basically the same creators. A little diff. Like, this is the brand new game. So it's a little less roleplay. But it's also later in time. It basically picks up right where CK3 ends. So something I used to do was mega campaigns where I would start in CK3 and then import my save into Europa Universalis. There's an early Carrick. Alright. Navy should be good for now. Well, the base game, I mean, there's a ton to learn. So starting with the base game, I played like probably 15 playthroughs. But eventually it just gets, I mean, that game is a little older. And so the DLCs definitely add some flavor and some new stuff. But there's also this game that just came out that has more content than the prior game with all the DLCs. So maybe CK4, but I don't think there's any plans on that for a while. Let's get a new guy here and have him start shutting down these rebels. All right. Our place in the world is falling, but that's because we've been focusing on our military instead of our economy, I believe. So now, hopefully, as our population continues to increase, if we can get enough favors from France, maybe they don't intervene in this war. How do I close out of all these? So yeah, that's actually a really big part of CK3. I'm going to pause to talk about that. So essentially, you're not going to be able to do it the way you want for a long time because you need to get to, I think, so you know how there's the cultural whatever, I forget, cultural innovation maybe, but in like the fourth one, I forget what the word is. It's called like something familial inheritance or something is the upgrade, but you need to get primogeniture, which basically means your eldest heir will take the land. And you can't get that till like late in the game, so you kind of have to manage it. You also have to increase your like level 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff. But in between, you can do multiple things. So you got to utilize that realms tab and see if you go to realms and then succession, you should see how everything's going to split. And there's a few different options. So if you're zealous, if you have a bunch of piety and the Pope likes you and whatnot, you can essentially send people away and just excommunicate them, like one of your sons that's really bad or something. You can also disinherit people. It does cost legitimacy, so it'll slow down your dynasty or whatever it's called, like the dynasty unlocks you can get. If you spend some of those, you can disinherit people to remove them from the line. You can also, if they're bad marshal, for example, you can put them in charge of an army and then they'll die in the war. There's a bunch of different stuff you can do to kind of manipulate so that your best heirs get the land, but you won't be able to get it all to yourself. One thing I would suggest, as early as you can, create a kingdom, but don't create 2 kingdoms. So I don't know who you started as, but you'll start as a county, right? And so then you'll have 1 county. If you take 3, 4, and then you have 5 counties, those 5 counties are going to get split up between your heirs. But if you turn those 5 counties into 1 duchy, though the counties will still get split up, the 1 duchy title only goes to 1 person. So then 1 person is still the duke of all those. And then same for kingdoms. So then you have a duchy, you get 3 or 4 more duchies, then you have 4 duchies that are going to get split up, which can cause issues if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, blah. But if you create the kingdom title first, 1 kid gets the kingdom title no matter what. And then however those duchies are split, they're still subjects of the king. So you definitely want to try and get those titles, because then however it's split underneath it, there's only 1 at the top. That would be my advice. But you also always basically get claims if it goes to somebody else, and you can always declare wars and, you know, play the game. Yeah. It's a little expensive sometimes, but yeah, if you have like 20 counties and no duchies, it's hard. You're not gonna be able to pass all 20 counties, but you can pass 1 duchy. Which you won't get as much out of all the counties, but they'll still pay you like your tax, your levies, etc., and be part of your realm. And then you can also like the leader of each county. So like if you're a duchy and there's 5 counties, 4 of them are Catholic, 1's Jewish or whatever, you can have the leader of that Jewish one. You would want to appoint a Catholic leader and have them promote Catholicism, and then basically your subjects can help you with culture or whatever. We don't have the money for this, sorry. Dude, look how low our prestige is. Yep. My YouTube, my Twitch, my TikTok, my X, my Instagram, my Kick, my Reddit, my everything. I'm gonna just turn up our fort maintenance, I guess. I don't know how else to get prestige up. I'm also gonna automate RGO because I feel like we're just missing out on our economy somewhere. This should be much higher. Maybe I also get rid of... I'm gonna leave that on. Got Justin Pasta. Who's that other name I saw? Steve. Happy Thanksgiving to all. All right, we got decent general, I guess. Wait, what did I just have this person doing? Oh yeah, cracking down on rebels. Yeah, you need to take out the nobles. Oh, sweet, man. Thanks. I don't know why the notification should pop up when you sub, but I think it's like broken on, I'm assuming you're on your phone. Mobile doesn't work. But here, we'll act like you just did this. Just pretend that says Justin. Still figuring out the stream stuff. But I am gonna try and turn these into like videos so that people can actually watch them and get rid of like the silence or pauses and whatnot. So look out for those down the line. Okay, I kind of forget what I'm doing now. Too much Crusader Kings talk. We still need to encourage more migration, but no one wants to move there because I'm assuming there's not enough food, maybe. This increases our food production, right? Or food capacity. Population capacity and food production. Yeah, let's build a few of these. And then still nobody wants to be our ally, but we'll improve with who else? Oh, France took Brittany. I guess Flanders maybe. And then can we sabotage their reputation with France? Oh, we get another innovation. Probably need the bureaucracy. We'll expand the gravel road network now. It's because of this damn union, man. I go to Parliament. See, it doesn't let me get a Casus Belli on Clandaboy. I got Bohemia too now? Like, what? See, this is where I say I should get in with France and Bohemia. I gotta figure out how to leave this goddamn lordship. So do we get with France and it's actually pretty in-depth. I'll try to explain if we get into a war, but there's multiple things. First, there's different types of troops. And then there's troop experience because you can like essentially train your troops. There's also Navy. And then there's initiative, which basically means how ballsy they are when it comes to battle. There's a multiplier for how they fall into line, like if a troop dies, how well they flow into the open space. There's terrain differences, there's homeland differences, etc. It's kind of hard to show without being in a battle, but it's really similar to EU4 mixed with CK3. What does an entrepot do? This will help with our trade. Okay, we'll try it. $24. Or ducats, I should say. I don't know why it says we have 3 armories. I'm just going to close these 2 for now. We don't need 1,500 manpower just sitting. Save some moolah. I'm kind of annoyed I can't seem to get a real alliance. Unless we can get guaranteed by somebody else. Take improved fortifications. Okay. Keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. We're sliding back up. We need incense buildings. We also need some chancery. going. I have RGO on auto, but I swear it's not building anything. Maybe we don't need any yet. Should we go road building time or monthly prosperity? We need to get towards centralization, so. Wait, if I go and click this. Oh, we got the Casus Belli. But no one will join us. I don't get it. What happens if we leave, or if we... Oh, shit. Can decrease our cost of court a little, increase our chancery level, so we need to actually build the chancery. I'm just gonna close all the armories. I don't know why we have so much manpower, but oops. Hit play. This guy in charge, sure. And then I'll start drilling these dudes. Just so we have a decent army. Let them cower. Okay. I'm actually gonna leave these guys maxed. Turn these guys down a little. Try and make Clandaboy split off from Ireland or Scotland. They're only 39% loyal. Is the clergy not being taxed? None of these increase their taxes. Do market attraction, building cost, land of commerce. The nobles declared war on us. Interesting. Yeah, that's how I felt with EU4. It just takes a while to learn. But luckily, I got this one when it came out. So, like, I'm learning with the internet this time as opposed to by myself. I'm still mostly learning by myself, though. Um, but this automation tool stuff here really helps. You could automate everything if you wanted, except like one thing at a time while you learn it. And there's also just tons of people posting videos online. Disloyalty must be punished, sorry. Is there a reason I can't just select these? I don't even need our navy, but well, this will help our nobles. I'm surprised we have so many troops with the nobles rebelling, because they should be most of our military. Alright, now we really need to build a chancery, so we need to save our money. Look at the rights of nobility, because that actually does help a lot. Pick what up? The prior game? So the thing is, this company Paradox, they have like a few different games for different time periods. There's Crusader Kings. The main ones are Crusader Kings, Victoria, and Europa Universalis. So CK3, EU4, and Vic3 are kind of like all combined into this one. Yeah, these are like notifications, which you get kind of used to which ones these are always up here. You can just right click them, but they pop back up pretty often. So, but like possible cabinet actions, that's because there's no cabinet member here. I can enact one of these laws, which is actually good. This increases max literacy for everyone by 10% and our trade advantage by 15%. It's going to make us a little unstable, but we're already unstable. We're at civil war. But yeah, this is kind of how the battles work. We're facing like the noble civil war, so we're just going to run over them. We already killed all their troops, and we just need to take back the land that they're holding hostage. England's actually helping us, which is interesting. Oh, did England take Pale? Oh, wait, no. I'm scrolled all the way over to England. So right now they're sieging. You have 8,900 men, 1,500 English, 4,500 of mine. Oh, wait, that might be the strength of the siege. The garrison only has 250 people. So once we take this, the war will be over. And then hopefully our nobles are a little happier with us. I'm actually going to disband my naval levies because we don't need our navy. And I'm going to turn my maintenance down. See, incense we really need to get. Wait, why is the royal court lacking? Oh, it's because the nobles were rebelling. Alright, civil war's over. Disband the levies. Yeah, I will. The plan is to unify Ireland and then colonize, but we're struggling now to go to war with either of these guys because they both have really strong like protectorates. So I'm trying to get some type of alliance, but nobody wants to be my friend because I'm in a union with England. I don't want to leave the frickin' union. It can become England's dominion. Is a dominion or fiefdom better? What's the difference? The guy told me that if we're in a dominion with England, no, because this would embrace English as our primary culture. What is fiefdom? They will protect us, but I don't know if that means they'll... I think we're going to try it. It's getting late. But now if I tried to declare war, for example... Aha! England will come. Nice. Okay, so now we just need to wait for England to rebuild its military. And then we can probably go after Clanricarde. We're finally out of that union. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Wait, what did that just say? Okay, no, it's still Irish. Nice. This increases our legitimacy, their equilibrium, but also their power. Yes, this decreases our fort maintenance. We'll do this one. And then we'll look at this once we have enough stability, which we now have to crank back up. So what's happening in Galint? There's no nobles available for employment. Why is that? We just won the war. Put you in our cabinet and increase that control for us. All right. I don't know why our money's where it's all going. What if I sabotage their reputation more with France? Oh, I did Alba on accident. All right, the estates are building at least. I thought I closed all my armories. Additional taxes. Just crank these for a bit. Minimize these for a sec. We need English Parliament, man. That thing is crazy good. Oh yeah, you definitely want to get your country. This game's a lot more about focusing on your own at home and not expanding too fast and such. We're not going to get this to pass anyway. Yeah, I don't need the armories open yet. Our manpower's finally going down. $250K. See, we're sliding down again. Oh, I didn't realize how much has to do with your stability. Why is England so weak? Make sure everyone's Catholic, I guess. Why not? Where's the Chancery? Make sure we don't have too much peasant buildings in all these provinces. Make sure the population is good everywhere. Huh. Available laborers for what? Need something that increases control and proximity. Ooh, an entrepot. How much do these cost? We can't build anywhere. Let's get some cannons. Invite some settlers. Empty cabinet slot, eh? I don't know what happened to our income. I think some of our buildings are not very profitable, but that's also because I turned off this and this. All right. A little further. The Sean Black podcast. You podcast? Run out of money fucking hiring my cabinet again. know what canonizing does, but it can hurt. Sorry, the mouse got stuck. Okay. Getting close to declaring war. Kind of want to get this English Parliament in before declare. Let's get some stone output. Sure. I don't even know if we have stone in our land. Our trade income is just so low, man. Clan William. Why is England so weak? They re-enable the armories. They are re-enabled. I still have this Casus Belli? No. Okay, we have our Casus Belli now on Clandaboy. I don't know. Is Pale gonna help me or? Every time I automate it, the computer loses me money, I feel like. Oh, they did build something. Why did it take from my money, though? Still need more stability there. Get the arts going and some national assemblies. Build a tannery. Okay. Invite some more settlers. $14.79. Keep improving with France. Yeah, this game's a little slower than the others, where you can just kind of declare war whenever. But we're building. Get our art schools now. I think we got to get this British Parliament thing integrated or implemented. Build our military and attack Clanricarde. Ideally, we could get another alliance, but we can't start our own wars. I don't understand. How do I leave this? Are we fucked? How do I get... Will France guarantee me? No. What did we just unlock? I saw it. Oh, we need 91 for pike and shot. I'm gonna wait on that. Oh, that's already maxed. Pasta. I mean, not many changes. We're a fiefdom of England, which I thought was going to help us, but it won't let us declare our own war. But we're trying to still implement this British Parliament. See, like, we have an unpressed casus belli, but oops. If I try to declare war with England, it says, as a fiefdom, this is prohibited by our overlord. So, I would want to leave the fiefdom, but I'm not sure how. Unless we can get somebody else to defend us, like France. Or Bohemia. No Anglos, thank you very much. So is this building back up? Why is there no nobles? What increases noble? We don't have enough nobles. Do any of these give us more nobles? No, but I'm going to take this religious war for later on. They're all in Andangion. Let's get some people over to our capital. Can't tell if this is good to leave on or not. Let's unlock the pike and shot. Oh, it's 94 now. We'll figure it out. We have 400 years. But this will unlock a new research tree for us to max out. And I'm hoping... There we go. And now we can go here. To pike and shot. Or is it Age of Discovery? What? Age of Discovery. Oh, there it is. Late Gallo glass. What happened to our stability? See, whenever I turn this subsidized thing on, it fucking screws me over. Is the royal court populated yet? Sure, you can come. Where's produces food? Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the fuck all the money is. I guess we can try and increase control, maybe? Yeah, you can be as corrupt as you want. In the last game, corruption is like an actual, like one of these on top, but not as much in this. You see, this is what I mean. I know it has the armories open. We need food, so I'm going to leave those open. Even though they're not profitable. Stupid game. More settlers. We'll take military. Might as well max the RGO here. We're almost maxed here, and we'll start moving to our neighboring towns. Down to 54. Yes, sir. We're almost at 300,000. Look at our capital compared to all the surrounding lands. I guess this one's It's not us, though. $23. This is our profit baby right here, so. We're only negative 36 now. I'm going to max out the RGO here first for 50. Can almost build a city. It'll be mad expensive, though. Should we try and get a state bank? I don't know what that does, but... I just don't know how to do it. It was allowing me to ally them before I was in with fucking England. There we go. I don't know if market access even helps with this, but... let's get the stability up. Wait, so did we fill out this yet? Just about. No, it stole them. I think we need another peasant building. Can't get out of it. Norway, maybe? Like, France has to leave them at some point, right? Turn all this up a little. Okay. Who has two? Need to start working on my harbors and maritime presence and whatnot. How much is this? 31. Get another one down. The commoners are mad. Great. Da 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 da. So this gives us more peasants that promote to the other worker types, which we need if we're going to keep building in this capital. War declared France declared war upon England. Fuck, we're not even allowed to... Alright, let's see how powerful our military is, I suppose. I don't know why it doesn't let me merge sometimes. Alright. Let's get these guys over there too. Ooh, France lost their position. What up, statesman? Welcome to the show. We kind of want France to decimate England, low-key.